Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel Information Cottage. I hope all of you are fine and safe from this coronavirus or shitty COVID-19. I hope you are doing great in your lives. Stay at home, stay safe. Recently I made one video about grad studies at Sabanchi University and I got a huge response from audience. They were like asking me why you are completely focusing on grad studies, why not undergraduate studies? So I decided to pursue undergraduate sessions too. So if you, let me tell you one thing, if you want to continue your undergraduate studies at Turkish universities, you should have two things in your mind. You should have 12 years of education, and other than that you should have aptitude tests. So based on that, I have already one video on my channel. I had my friend Hassan Ijaz with me. He was explaining that how you can continue your undergraduate studies based on A levels. Today I have another friend with me. His name is Abdullah bin Amir. He is from Pakistan and studying physics at Bilkent University Ankara Turkey. He will completely explain all the procedure that how one can enroll in undergraduate studies at Bilkent University and the other Turkish universities based on F.Sc or Faculty of Science or any other 12 years of education in Turkish universities. Now we will formally start the video and we will ask some basic questions which are very crucial and they are in every mind who wants to pursue undergraduate studies in Turkish universities. So first question, I will give you just highlights of the questions. I will ask some details about the documentation, that what kind of documents are required to pursue our undergraduate studies, that why Turkey and what kind of jobs are allowed during your studies at Turkish universities. So let's start the video formally.
Hello everyone. First of all, thank you for Elevate for inviting me to his channel. So I'm Abdullah. I am from Miyawali, Pakistan, and I'm here in my third year in the physics department.
So let's talk about the basic documents which are required to get enrolled at Bilkent University and the universities in Turkey for your undergraduate studies based on Faculty of Science or F.Sc. So Abdullah, what kind of documentation are required to get enrolled at Turkish universities for your undergraduate studies?
Well, in the previous videos, I think you have talked about the
Yes.
documents required for example, when you come from A-levels background. Now, I won't talk about that. I want to focus on if someone is coming from their local system, like for example, if it's F.Sc in Pakistan, so what do you need to do? So first of all, you need to have a respectable score in your local exams to be considered for the admission process. So what do you mean by a respectable score? It should be around, I think 80% is a respectable score, because the thing is, when you get the score, you have to translate it.
Okay.
So what do you mean by translate? When you cannot send it directly to the university, okay? You have to give it to your high school administration.
Okay.
And they will convert it to A's and B's and C's, you know,
okay.
So that it becomes comparable to the A-level score.
Okay, so
Yeah.
first thing is that you need to have F.Sc diploma,
Yeah.
and then you have to have the translation of that diploma into you have to make that diploma equivalent to A-levels diploma
Yeah.
by the concerned issuing authorities.
Yeah.
So the first thing is that you have to have F.Sc diploma. What other documents are required?
Well, these are the most important. They are required for the consideration of your application.
Okay.
So if you have good translation grades which are equivalent to A-level, like for example you have A's and B's in most of the courses, then on top of that, the most important thing is the SATs or
okay, you need to have
the
these aptitude tests. Okay.
So yeah, that's the most important ones. So the previous grades are for your application to be considered in a sense that you did well in your high school, but then they might be actually enough for your admission as well. But if you want to have a good scholarship, then SAT is very important.
Okay, so the next thing is that you have to have SAT score, as I told you before in my previous video about A levels. So in A levels video you need to have SAT score, and if you are applying on the basis of F.Sc, again you have to appear in SAT examination in order to secure a scholarship. 100% scholarship, 120% scholarship, and like this trend will go downward. So now I will ask him that how one can secure 120% scholarship based on SAT examination. So what actually the criteria is? If I want to apply on the basis of F.Sc and I want to secure 120% scholarship, so what score I should have done in SAT examination?
But I think when you're coming from an F.Sc background, SAT is actually more important. Because
Okay.
sometimes some of my friends here did not appear in the SATs and they were selected only based off their A-level grades. But that was 2 years ago. I don't think that happens still. But when you're coming from F.Sc, the SAT is very important, and especially to get 120, you need to almost have a perfect math score. Almost.
Okay.
I mean, that's not a fixed criteria. Actually, nobody officially says that, but considering the people who have been enrolled here and the scholarships they got, this is the consensus that you need to almost have a perfect math score. And the English score matters. It should be above, I think it should be above 600 at least. So, like the combination, if you talk about it collectively, I think if you 1450 should be good enough to get you 120, or above 1450 is of course.
Okay, so above 1400 and 1450
Yeah.
can like get you 120% scholarships. By the way, how much scholarship you are getting this time?
Well, I came, it's my third year, so I came in 2017 and I got a 120 scholarship in the physics department and on 1400 score. But the thing is, it differs from your department and it differs from your year as well. So if you come this year, then it's going to be much harder. It will be, as I said, you need to have at least 1450 or above for in your SATs to get a full scholarship these days. And in 2017, you could probably get above 1400 if you had a score, then you could get 120. But
Okay,
it's
okay.
changing.
So next thing is that you have to have SAT examination, but the reputed respectable score in SAT examination in order to score 120%, 100% and like 80% and so on scholarship if you want to study at specifically Bilkent University, and the criteria is almost same if you want to enroll in other universities in Turkey. So these were the two basic requirements, like you have to have 12 years of education diploma known as a F.Sc, and you have to get the translation of that diploma equivalent to A levels. And on the other hand, the thing you need to have, which is more important and more crucial, it is your SAT examination. What kind of jobs are allowed, or either jobs are allowed in Turkey or not?
Well, if you are an international student in Turkey, the jobs are not allowed. And I mean, it's allowed for nationals, of course, but for international students, it's not allowed at all. But on the other hand, if you are coming for my department, like for example, physics or some other science department, and then there is a good volunteering opportunity that, for example, the professors here are working, they're doing very good research. So if you come here and you are ambitious enough, you can actually go and start working with these professors, and it will help you a lot. I mean, it's not a job that you won't get paid, but still you will have experience. And when you apply for example, masters or even for a job, and it's like you have been doing a job before in a sense. You won't get money here right now, but in the future it will be beneficial for you. But if you want to do it for money, then no, it's not allowed.
The most important question about studying in Turkey, because Pakistani students and students from India and other countries, they always keep asking this question, that either we are allowed to do jobs while studying in Turkey, and let me tell you again, let me tell you, this is the most focused point. You are not allowed to do job according to my experience. So let's ask this guy, either we are allowed to do jobs while studying undergraduate studies at Bilkent University and the other universities around.
Okay, so as Ali Bhai mentioned in his previous videos, that some people come here and they think that they will come here as Europe and do jobs. It is allowed in Germany and other places, but it's not allowed in Turkey. So you should not come here with the hope that you will come here and do some job and you can help yourself. You will need some funding resource. And it depends on your scholarship. If you have a 120% scholarship, you will need a little bit of funding to help you to just go around your daily work and eat and do stuff. On the other hand, if you have 100% or less, then you'll have to pay for your tuition or dorm as well. So you should think about these expenses as well before you get the admission here.
So let me tell you one important question. Why you like Turkey? Why you came Turkey for like undergraduate studies? Why not Canada? Why not other English countries? So any special thing about Turkey that you chose Turkey for your undergraduate studies?
Okay, so first of all, I want to say that I like Turkey because first of all, it gave me a home and it gave me a place to study and work as much as I can. So that's the best thing I like about Turkey. And second of all, I mean, it's a beautiful country. Why wouldn't you like to come here? So that's another reason that I like Turkey. Yeah, it's a beautiful country, and I mean, you can, if you have holidays, you can go around, look around, go to other cities. It's a beautiful country. And one other reason that I like Turkey a lot is that it feels like home outside of home, you know. So it's not too different from Pakistan, and it is also different from Pakistan. So it's kind of in between Europe and Pakistan. So first of all, if you go directly from Pakistan to Europe, I think you will feel a whole new culture shock, and it will be very hard for you. But I think if you come to Turkey, it's like, you know, it's a lot of things are close to our home, so you don't feel too away from home. So that's one of the reasons I like Turkey as well.
So what about Turkish food? Do you like Turkish food? Do you have any idea about traditional Turkish foods?
Well, when you first come here, you don't like anything. Okay, so it takes some time to get used to it. Now, for example, a lot of people will be shocked, but I like bulgur pilau. It's one of the traditional Turkish foods, and I kind of like it. And of course, Iskandar kebab. The kebabs in Turkey are very nice. Yeah, I like them.